I've been an artist since I was a little kid. So along with wanting to play outside and catch creatures in the tidal pools and run around in the woods, I've also been an artist since I was a little kid. And every little kid is an artist. But I kept doing it, just like running around in nature. So I've been making images about bears and coyotes and ravens for the last, I don't know, 20 years. When you've got animals that have such rich story histories, it's really fun to then start thinking about making drawings and paintings about them. When I started working on the Eastern Slopes Grizzly Bear project, I'd already been working on coyotes for 2 years, and coyote is such a great gateway animal because coyote's so complicated. They live in little home ranges, so you can always find them, but they're really like big personality animals, and they have a really long, complicated history with humans. They've been gods for over 10,000 years, and there are hundreds, if not thousands, of stories told about coyotes through First Nations all over North America, and it is a specifically North American animal. So I learned that there was more to knowing about coyotes besides that their scat can have nasty parasites, or that they live in family groups and the offspring will stay close to home and help with the next litter, occasionally dispersing to find a mate of their own. There's way more to coyote than that. I started out with just as a field technician doing telemetry on coyotes, and I did that for 2 years. Loved it. And one summer he asked me if I was willing to track a bear tonight. I think that gave me a whole lot of content to think about the role that bears play in our lives and our conflict that we have about bears being really frightening, and people, saying, oh my God, no, I'm terrified of bears. I wouldn't go on a hike there, or I don't want to go hiking alone. But then when they see a bear, when they're driving along the road, they jam on the brakes and jump out of the car with their little tiny camera and start walking towards it. Like there's this crazy, deep history we have with them, of them fascinating us and us revering them, and us having this incredible fear about them. And that's also really rich territory for drawing and exploring our relationship with them. Bear is ultimately a teacher and a spiritual guide, and that comes from the oldest, most continuously told story by humans. There's a story about 35,000 years old about a woman who married a bear. Bears are present in our psyches because of a deep history that humans have with bears. We've lived with them for thousands and thousands of years, and we've revered them. Honestly, every time I saw a bear, I just fell in love. Their nature makes me fall in love over and over and over again. I think if you keep your eyes open, you see great things everywhere. Just keep your eyes open. And don't be afraid to write and draw and write your questions down and look for the answers and ask people, and it'll lead you to more questions and more answers, and just continually work to understand and discover and respect what's out there.